Hello, friends. Good morning and welcome to today's daily Dharma. This morning, when I went outside, I heard the birds chirping. Cardinals were calling, and the titmice were calling, and the nuthatches were calling. And spring is really starting to happen. Things are changing. If we get a warm day, the sap's going to come and rise up in the sugar maples. But what's happening today started on December 21st. It just didn't appear out of nowhere. This change that's happening, the light and the birds responding to it and the sap rising in the trees, etc. This just didn't appear today. It happened due to causes and conditions, and those conditions started to change on December 21st, when the days started to get longer. Now they started to get longer at a very slow pace, like December 22nd, I think, like 3 seconds the day is longer. Yeah, but then on December 23rd, 8 seconds longer. It picks up pace. And today, the day will be 2 minutes, over 2.5 minutes longer than the day before. And so the reason I am telling you this, not just a little nature lesson, it's an analogy. All through December, January, early February, it's cold. It's 9 degrees this morning here, snowy. Yet things are happening, things are changing, but sometimes we don't see them, we don't notice them because it's slow, building slowly, but then at some point it reaches a little tipping point and the birds are chirping. All of a sudden we notice, wow, the sun is stronger, things are happening. This is the same with our practice. So much of the time, especially with the formal practice, we're doing it. It's like nothing's happening. Well, maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe you just don't notice what's happening and that there's transformation happening, but it's on a level that is maybe not detectable, or it's very slow, the way the days slowly get longer. And then at some point, all of a sudden, let's say you're in a situation and someone behaves in a way that used to really get under your skin, whether it was that particular person or just anyone behaving in that particular way. It grated against you, and you would get reactive. You might say something or certainly really feel a lot of anger arise or whatever. And then on this particular day, that happens. Someone's said that or acted in that way, and it's like, nothing. Oh, just noticing whatever that behavior is, just noticing it without reactivity. That didn't just pop out of nowhere. Like the birds didn't just start singing because of nothing. That happened because all the practice that you've been doing, cultivating mindfulness, wisdom, compassion, that's why it happened. So don't ever think there's nothing happening with your practice, because there always is. Transformation is always happening. It just may not be noticed. And also it's happening in a very slow pace, gradual. The Buddha talked often about the gradual nature of this practice. Often he talked about that, gave all sorts of analogies, like a continental shelf sloping slowly before it drops off into the deep ocean. Same with our practice. And so, because it unfolds this way, there are 2 qualities that we need. And these are actually 2 of the 10 paramis that the Buddha talked about, mind states that are very important to cultivate on this path. And these 2 qualities are patience and perseverance. In the Paramis, often the word perseverance isn't used. Usually, the word, English word for the translation is resolution. Patience and resolution. I like perseverance just because it's a P word. So you have two P words: patience and perseverance. And we need them. We absolutely need them to, if we're going to continue to walk this path. If we don't have them, because it can tend to be slow, because there are times when it's just not clear what's happening, we'll tend to give up, to stop. Hugely important. We need mountains of patience. We need, the amount of patience we need is just a tad larger or more than the amount of defilements that are in our heart and mind. We have to bear them. We have to not judge them. We have to slowly, gently, kindly, and with perseverance transform them. And it takes patience and perseverance. So when you sit down to do your formal practice, you can sit down with that in mind. Doesn't matter what's going to happen now, this next however long you sit, 45 minutes or whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to stay with it. My mind's crazy, fine. Stay with crazy. Body's calm, great. I'll stay with that. Whatever. I'll patiently be with it, patiently endure it if that's what's called for. And I will persevere. I will continue. I won't stop. So let's go ahead and do some of the formal practice now. Settling into your posture. And calling up these two qualities of heart and mind. Patience, not rushing. Being on board with the organic nature of how this process unfolds, not demanding that it be this or that. Persevering. This willingness to continue through the ups and downs of practice. Staying steady. Not being pulled off balance, you might say, by the highs or the lows. So we sit or stand or lie down or walk. We enter the formal practice with these two qualities in mind. Letting the body settle, not forcing it, demanding it, being patient, giving it time, all the time in the world. Feeling the body as it settles, making that conscious somatic connection to the body. The attention wanders off. The attention comes back. We have the wake up moment and we persevere. We don't let that get us off track. We don't give up. Just feel the next body sensation. Be present for the next moment and continue. Feeling the body means at some point feeling the breath, which is part of the body. Bringing our attention to the sensations of the breath body, using that as the object with which we gather the attention around. Let it coalesce around this object, training the attention to be more steady, collected, less dispersed. And this takes time, years, our whole life. Slowly, we train the mind, bringing patience and perseverance to this process. This path unfolds on a scale of time that we're not used to so much. It's longer. We have to settle in for the long journey. And as you sit here paying attention to the breath body, feeling the sensations, sometimes it can be common for the thoughts to arise. What good is this doing? I don't really notice anything changing. Just remember the sun slowly gaining strength from the solstice. Every day, it doesn't stop, it perseveres slowly, seconds, then a minute, adding more seconds each day. And then at some point, that momentum has built up enough that it starts to manifest. Conditions start to change. The birds start to chirp. Dharma means nature. One meaning of it. You are not separate from that. You will follow the same path as the sun. It will unfold in you in the same way. You simply need to have patience and persevere. It will happen. It must. It's lawful. So keep going now. Meditate with this in mind. Let that uplift your heart and connect you to the practice. Thank you for your practice. This quality of patience, this quality of perseverance, very helpful to just bring uh, into play as we go through our lives. Maybe you find yourself facing a very busy day, a lot of work to do. Very natural for the mind to start to race ahead into the future. How am I going to do that? Have time for that? It's like, no, no, no. Patience. Just now. Just this. What do I need to do right now? That's all. In a similar way, you're in the middle of a busy day and maybe you're a little tired. Maybe there's lots more to do. Things with the family, things with the kids, work, whatever. It's like, okay, persevering. Let me take the next step. Let me do the next thing. I can do this. I have to race ahead to the 10 things you have to do. I can do this thing now. Yeah. So you can see how patience and perseverance really work together. Actually, they really help support one another. So bringing these qualities, not just, you know, generally to our Dharma practice, even specific situations that we find ourselves in. Okay, friends, that's it for today. I'll see you here tomorrow. We'll continue to explore patience and perseverance. I wish you well till then, and always take care. Bye bye.